Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Wilting Rose and today's video is day 16 to 20 of QWERTYlove's 30-day cash challenge. And like I always seem to say about these prompts, they were a blast. I had so much fun. I feel like some of them are like just that little bit obscure in a way that you can really get creative with them, and that so far has produced some of my favorite sims. We do have about 2 more weeks of this challenge left, so it will bleed into May, but once we finish this challenge up, I can get started on some of the fun projects I've been cooking up in my notebooks. They've not actually made it out of it yet, but they are there. I'm just excited to get to the other prompts because we have some cool ones coming up after this week. Day 16 sim was Cowgirl, and I took it as like a ranch hand, something related to horses, but I was tempted to take it literally and actually do a cow girl, but animal is a prompt in the later week, so I might just save that for then, to be honest. I really enjoyed this prompt because I never really got to play with the horse ranch pack in The Sims 4, simply because at the time I was in a little bit of a sim slump and just wasn't interested, but I have been playing it a little passively in one of my current households, and the vibe or like aesthetic is so pretty. And I have to say, for this sim I really enjoyed the light eyes, and I use the lighter eye shades in a couple of these sims. There's something about lighter blues or greens contrasting with darker makeup that changes the sim a little. It kind of gives them more of an ethereal vibe, if that makes sense. But I love this vibe. The warm brown tones of the leather jacket and the red hair, I think she turned out just completely gorgeous. Now this second sim I did last because I had no idea how to bring this prompt into The Sims. I'd seen a few people do really cute ones for the prompt food, like cupcakes and strawberries, and I was just completely stumped for what to do. When I saw like the drooping glitter at makeup, which made me think of honey, which I guess technically it's not a food you eat, like it's not solid, but it is something you consume, and that was good enough for me. And I'm glad that that's what I went with, because I think other than the next sim that you're gonna see, the honey sim is just absolutely perfect. The gold tones are so pretty, and I really love how the blood droplet like lip piercing thing kind of looks like drooping honey as well, as silly as that does sound. I like the idea of it so much. She's kind of fairy core, like sweet like honey, and the vibe is just perfect. The mermaid prompt, I think, was one of the ones I had the most fun with because I've never really seriously played with mermaids in the game. I never really live in Sulani, and that kind of gameplay was never really on my radar, so for years I haven't even touched the occult in the game, and therefore have never actually created a mermaid in The Sims. I had all this CC lying around because it was super pretty, but I just never ended up using it, and this was the perfect chance to do so. I love the pink, they all complement each other really well, and the headpiece that comes up, just gorgeous. I'm absolutely in love with the way she turned out, her wet hair look, ooh, delicious. This next prompt was an easy one for me. It was your favourite TV show, and as of filming that sim, I was, and to be honest still am, completely obsessed with What We Do in the Shadows. And if anyone else has watched this show, I love you, and if you haven't, I still love you, but you really need to go watch this show. It had me giggling, cackling, weeping. I love it so much. I got obsessed so fast. I watched all those seasons in 2 days. I could not step away. It is such a funny show, and I highly recommend. So I approached this prompt with the idea that my sim was in the show, whilst also taking inspiration from Nadja, who, if you don't know, is one of the main characters of the show. She's absolutely stunning, she's witty, she's hot-headed. I highly recommend you watch this show. Honest to God, it is so perfect, so funny. I love it. It's such an easy watch, and I do highly recommend. The vampires they're very gothic, very romantic, Victorian, and that's the vibe I went with here. Just a little more fantastical with the headpiece, etc., I guess. Now for this last sim, the prompt was Alpha CC. Now I'm not sure I did a great job with this sim, as I quickly came to realise that my style it's more Max's mix than Max's match now, which means a lot of my skin details and clothing are Alpha CC based, so she kind of just came out looking like one of my sims, but dressed to the nines in Alpha CC and Alpha hair in particular, which I think catches your eye enough to distract you from the fact that she doesn't quite look Alpha. But with that all being said, I know I haven't really spoken a lot about these sims in this video, but I have something that I need to get going, so I hope you all enjoyed the rest of this video. Like most of these cast challenges, I know I really enjoyed it. We've got some beautiful sims at our hand this time. I will pat myself on the back for them, and I'm in love with all of them despite the last one's flaws. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.